Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are traveling back in time to the year 1587 with absolute urgency to uncover one of the greatest, most chilling unsolved disappearances in all of human history. We're talking about the Lost Colony of Roanoke. But, to really grasp the gravity of this, you have to realize we aren't just talking about a temporary military outpost or some quick expedition. This was meant to be a permanent, thriving settlement. We're talking families, kids, livestock, an entire community meant to plant roots in the New World. And yet, they vanished entirely, leaving behind a mystery that has literally haunted us for over 4 centuries. Okay, let's dive into this. Just imagine for a second, waking up one morning, stepping outside into a settlement that was painstakingly built to withstand the harsh realities of the New World, and discovering that everyone is just gone. The structures are all still standing, the defensive perimeters are completely intact, and the environment is just eerily untouched. For the supply ships that eventually arrived years late, expecting to find this bustling colony, this was the exact unsettling anomaly they walked into. The people were gone, but the entire infrastructure of their lives was just left sitting there.
There were no screams echoing through the trees. No bodies. Meals were seemingly left half-eaten. Homes completely undisturbed. A total physical absence of the very people who built them.
Absolutely no signs of a battle. No breached palisades. No shattered weapons scattered in the dirt. Zero indicators of warfare or a sudden violent raid. And honestly, the most baffling part, no letters asking for help, no desperate journals, no hastily scrawled final messages pleading for rescue, just an organized, deliberate silence. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer human scale of this event. 115. We are talking about more than 115 men, women, and children vanishing into thin air. This wasn't just a handful of rugged guys out exploring. This group included pregnant women, young families, people hoping to forge a brand new life. An entire, interconnected community gone without a single trace. When you really sit with the magnitude of that number, the absence becomes almost suffocating. But out of that massive void, from an entire town of missing families, investigators were left with just one hyper-specific piece of physical evidence, a solitary wooden post, part of the fort's palisade, just standing there amidst the empty homes. CROATOAN, that was it. The only clue left behind, carved directly into the wood. Now, in the context of 1587, this wasn't just some random scratching. CROATOAN was the norm of a nearby island down to the south, and it was also the name of the indigenous tribe that lived there, a group that had actually been friendly with the English. So, this wasn't necessarily a cryptic warning. To the folks searching, it might have just been a forwarding address. But was it? Now, what's really interesting about this investigation is that for over 400 years, historians, archaeologists, and investigators from all over the world have stared at this exact puzzle, trying to decode its true meaning. For centuries of analyzing this. And it's fascinating because even with modern ground-penetrating radar, advanced soil analysis, and extensive genetic testing, the trail is still incredibly cold. Technology has advanced exponentially, but it still can't quite pierce the veil of what happened in those woods all those centuries ago. So, what really happened? Were the settlers attacked? That's the very first logical assumption an investigator's mind goes to, right? But here's the thing. In the 16th century, a massacre leaves undeniable archaeological scars. We're talking burned wood, mass graves, lost belongings, skeletal remains with weapon trauma. The absolute lack of any physical evidence like that at the Roanoke site is a complete dead end. If they were wiped out by a hostile force, the attackers would have essentially had to vacuum the crime scene, which is historically implausible. Okay, so if not an attack, did they secretly leave the island? Was this some perfectly planned, covert departure? There's actually a lot of weight to this theory. Searchers noted that the houses have been carefully taken down, not destroyed, and the settlers' heavy cannons and small boats, missing. Those aren't the actions of panicked people fleeing in the middle of the night. That points to a methodical, organized relocation. But where to? Did disease or starvation force them into a desperate escape? Modern tree ring data actually reveals a wild fact. The colonists arrived during the most severe regional drought in 800 years. Crops would have completely failed, and the supplies they were desperately relying on from England were delayed for years because of the Anglo-Spanish War. Could those brutal, unyielding conditions have driven them away to seek survival by assimilating with local tribes like the CROATOANs? Or did something even more tragic happen that history just can't explain? Because the reality is, every theory raises new, frustrating questions. If they starved to death during that brutal drought, well, where are the bodies? If they successfully assimilated with the local indigenous populations, why has definitive genetic or archaeological proof remained so elusive despite decades of targeted searching? Every single clue leads to a contradictory mystery. It's this exhausting cyclical cold case where the deeper you dig into the evidence, the more elusive the truth actually becomes.
So the crucial point is, while this whole narrative sounds perfectly tailored for a Hollywood horror movie, this is an actual, documented historical event. It's not a legend cooked up around a campfire. It represents a very real, very catastrophic failure of early colonization that cost over 100 people their lives, or at the very least, their identities. It's a stark reminder of just how harsh that era was, and it's a puzzle that continues to completely baffle experts worldwide. Which leaves us right back where we started, staring at the chilling facts. We have the motives for departure. We have suspects, like harsh nature and potential conflict, but we have absolutely zero definitive proof. I really want you to think about those 115 souls, stepping out into the vast unknown of an uncharted continent, leaving behind a silence that has lasted 4 centuries. I'll leave you with this. What really happened to the lost colony of Roanoke?